So today we're gonna get into unlearning struggle love. Yeah,
Lord.
we're gonna break it down. We're gonna define what struggle love is exactly. Give you some examples. And
We just really gonna dive into this whole epidemic of struggle love, and we're gonna drop enough gems to help some of y'all get out of it, because I know I've gotten out of it.
I
So
know I had
hallelujah.
to, child. Yeah,
Hallelujah.
it's
I've been
it's
redeemed.
possible. So
Okay.
we gonna start. What is struggle love? You wanna do that?
Okay, so it's pretty simple, y'all. Struggle love is an unreciprocated relationship based on your partner benefiting from your actions. So it's basically you are putting in all the effort, all the work, fighting for this relationship, and your partner isn't doing shit. But they are reaping the benefits. They're reaping from all the gifts. They're reaping from all the love that you're giving, but they're not giving anything back. So you are constantly in this battle of trying to prove yourself, trying to show your worth to someone who really just don't give a fuck. Like that is struggle love. And at the end of that, you're hoping that they will love you.
And a lot of times they take advantage of the fact that you are, fighting for something better or trying to keep the relationship afloat, doing, whatever it is that you can. And, sometimes those people become like energy vampires. They see you doing it and they be like, oh, well, I ain't got to do nothing else and blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. And please note, this is an important note. This is not just for romantic situations. This is for all situations. In my opinion, you should never have to overexert yourself for love. Love is one of the simplest things to give. It's like breathing. It really is. But because a lot of us have been through a lot of trauma, we've been through a lot of heartbreak, we've been through life, we harden up to love, and it makes it hard for us to give it. When you're in situations where you are open to giving love and you have to feel like you are fighting to just prove your worth to someone or prove that your love is, top tier, or it's, that they should have it, or that you should receive it from them, you're struggling in a battle that you will never win. Now, granted, sometimes at the end of that, I don't know what the fuck to call it. At the end of that, that pit foot filled of mud and shit, some people, they do wind up eventually being in love. Personally, I'm not trying to go through all that. I'm not trying to go through all that bullshit. I'm willing to put in work for somebody that I love, but I'm not willing to try to prove that I'm worthy of love. No.
That makes all the sense in the world. The way that you said it like that, that was beautiful.
Do you have an example of a time that you went through struggle love?
Oh shit. Oh yeah.
Do you want to share?
I will. And this was a romantic thing, but then I also have a friendship thing where, you being a friend, you giving. I'll do the friendship one first. So I was friends with this person. This was probably some years back, way back in college. I may have been like my early 20s. I'm friends with you, I'm helping you with homework. Like we got class together, we party together. And, I'm always coming to pick you up. Or, you're not giving the full, giving what your portion of the friendship needs to give. The not helping with homework, the always getting the answers from me. I know that sounds really petty, but that stuff kind of like it takes a toll on you, and then it makes you look at all your other friendships in a different way. It kind of gives you at some point it gives you a pessimistic look at friendships or just relationships with people in general.
Right.
Even though, there are positive relationships that can come about, but for a minute your eyesight does get cloudy. On a relationship tip, nigga, listen. So, and I don't know how many times I could tell this story. I just was, it's a part of my life, and it's something that has helped build me up as a person. It's a part of my life story. I probably tell it till I get old and gray. Whatever. Fuck off. So again, I was engaged to somebody. They weren't giving what they needed to give in order for the relationship to work. I was doing the best that I could. We were actually going to get married. Nigga, just imagine how that marriage would have went. My God, I think
You've
about
been
that.
struggling the whole time.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think about that sometimes, like where I was, like what was 2016, like 6 years ago? Yeah, that's 6 years ago. Cause 6 and 6 is 12.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is 12. It is 2022, bitch. Damn. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, about 6 years ago, and it felt like when it came to planning our wedding, that even was one sided. That was even some struggle of shit. Cause I'm asking you, this is not just my wedding. This is not just my event. It's ours. It's a collection of us showing our love for each other with our family and friends celebrating. If I'm asking you, what do you want? Do you like this? If I'm taking the time for us to go to dinner and sit down and talk about, okay, this happened today. This is for the wedding. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about this catering? How do you feel about this venue?
You just want his input. You want him to wanted him to feel like he gave a fuck about this wedding as well.
Exactly. So you can't go back and say, oh, well, she just did everything she wanted to. Because most men do that when it comes to like a marriage or planning a wedding. Most men will say, they just be like, whatever you want. But then we'll go back after they done got married and say some dumb shit like, oh, that was whatever she wanted to do. No, bitch. And the killing part about that situation was when it came down to that, he still, even after we broke up, he still told everybody it was my fault. I had to get over that shit. It wasn't my fault, bitch. You just didn't pull your weight. And the struggle of came in that example. It came when it came to the wedding planning shit, because he wasn't pulling his weight financially. I'm going to just put it out there. I paid for most of everything. And I would ask for his help. But then at some point, it's like, and we'll get into this later in the episode, at some point, it's just like, I'm doing all this. What you doing? And then it makes you sit back and like reevaluate every moment up to that point. And you just be like, okay, you gotta question yourself. You be like, what the fuck am I doing?
Right.
And I had that moment where I had to sit there and be like, you are better than this. You deserve so much more than what you getting. Why are you putting up with this shit?
Right.
And I had to really dig deep and be like, I shouldn't have to struggle with this. Like, I'm trying to build something, but you're not pulling your weight to help equally build. We don't have the same goal in mind.
Right.
We're not on the same page. And you just really, when you go through that, you realize, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve to struggle like this. Lord, if we had got married when we wanted to at that time, we'd probably be divorced by now. That's an honest assumption.
You just join the statistics. That's all.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, because most people get divorced anyway because of financial shit, and then the other shit just fall in line right after that. And so I would have been with all my other friends that got divorced from college. It wouldn't have made no biggie to me. So I cut it off. I made a decision that I don't deserve to struggle like that. I don't deserve to have to ask somebody to help me. I don't deserve that. Right. I'm too good of a person. I do too much for other people, and I take care of myself last. I don't deserve to have to go through that, to struggle, to not treat myself, to not treat the relationship, and what I'm giving is being reciprocated. Or I have to beg you. I'm not gonna beg you to do nothing.
Exactly. You shouldn't have to beg anybody to do anything. You shouldn't have to beg anyone to just be a good fucking person. You shouldn't have to beg anyone to respect you, to love you. When there's that's all they have to really do. Exactly. Like, just show some type of respect, show some type of love. That's it.
Like, it even came down to the smallest things of, if you see my tire is low in my car, you work at a car dealership. Why come you ain't came and got my car at work and fix my shit and then bring it back to me without me having to ask you? Without me saying, babe, can you come look at my tire? Because I think my tire getting low. I could have did that my fucking self.
I mean, at that point, it just shows you that how much that person really cares or doesn't care.
Or lack of, you're right, yeah. or lack thereof. So, or what's another example that happened? Oh, planning dates. Like when it comes to like
I hate
relationship,
that.
like you, like why should the person that's trying to do the work and help build, why come it's always, I won't say always, but why it be one sided? Like the one party in the situation doing planning the dates, trying to be, passionate and romantic,
Right.
or trying to be a good friend. Why is always one sided sometimes?
And that happens a lot in dating too. And I
Mhm.
call that the struggle date, bitch. And I don't do no struggle dating. Like, if I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna give my example. But what I really cannot stand, and I notice a lot of guys do this, they go after women. They approach women. They talk about how much they are attracted to them and how much they want to take them out and do XYZ. The woman finally gives them a shot. Or it might not even be so much of a chase of him having to keep asking, but the woman gives him a chance to show that he likes her. And he does nothing. Nothing. He's like he really likes you. He wants to take you out. And I've had this happen to me so many times, y'all. It really gets on my fucking nerves. Somebody talking about how much they like me, how much they want to take me out, they want to do this, do this, do this. But they haven't not said one time, oh, let's link up this time. Oh, what you doing, XYZ? Are you free on XYZ? Let's do something. Like they never make plans. That irks my twerk, girl. Why you boy, what the fuck? Why are you wasting my time and your time?
That's that texting me what you doing. Bitch, I'm waiting for you.
Texting, just I just really don't understand why men think they have all the time in the motherfucking world to waste. Don't waste my time. Please don't waste my time.
And don't get mad when people, and that goes with friendships too. Don't get mad when people be like, bitch, you wasting my fucking time, and just either click the fuck out on you or just leave you alone altogether and don't say nothing. Because
Right.
why?
They have every right to do that because you can't keep telling someone that you want to do something with them, but you don't do something. You have to act. Stop talking, y'all. Act. That's another struggle. Like there's no reason for it to be that hard to date somebody. It's not that hard to date anyone, y'all. It's really not.
It's not.
If you like someone, you show your interest, period. And however you choose to show your interest, you do it. Do it the best way you know how, but you actually have to put in some type of effort. You got to put some action behind the words that you're giving. Period. Okay, that's my little rant for struggle dating at this moment. I might come back around at the end of this. But
speaking of that, where do you think we
I ain't give my example yet?
Okay, dude, I'm sorry.
She said, "Fuck my example." I'm just playing. But okay, so again, I've been through a lot of struggle love. I have. But the one that like I would have to say it was my first, I really got a good ass dose of struggle. Like struggle love kicked my ass for the first time. I was young, y'all. I was a teenager. I had to be like 14, 15. And I started going out with this dude. And Lord, from the beginning, it was bullshit. It really was. But he was cute with his little box head ass. And I was like, oh, I got me a fine ass boyfriend, you know, da-da-da-da. So y'all, throughout, it's sad to talk about it now. It's sad to think about it. But I would say we went through a whole lot of up and down shit. He always cheated. He'll cheat. I'll find out. We'll get back together. He'll do something else. I find out, get back together. I almost had a fight with his cousin because of him, because he started some mess between us. I went right back to him like a dumbass. I kept like trying to prove myself. And I should not have been trying to prove myself to this nigga at all. I remember one time, I was by my best friend's house, and this dude tried to make it seem like I was cheating on him. So he gave me, dumbass didn't realize he gave me 2 numbers, right? And so I'm on the phone with him and I'm talking, and then I hear, I get a click on the other side, and I'm looking and it's his name. And I'm like, yo, why you calling me? And he was like, what you mean I'm calling you? I was like, you're calling me, but you're already on the phone. What the fuck is going on? And he was like, man, just pick it up. See what's going on. I pick it up. It's some random ass nigga talking about some hey babe. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? And I hang up and I click back over and I'm like, yo, man, this is weird. This is scary. Because I'm on the phone with you and somebody's calling from your number and I don't know who the fuck it is. And they keep saying like, hey, babe, and this is that. And he was like, man, you talking to somebody, da-da-da. And I'm like, no, stupid. You gave me the number. So how is it that I'm talking to somebody? I don't know how you got the number. That's not my. I was like, sir, it was your number. Only to find out he talked his best friend into trying to play, I guess, a trick on me to see if I was cheating on him.
That's dumb as hell.
Again, we were fucking teenagers. He was a dumbass. I don't know why he thought that shit was plausible. Why it just didn't make sense. Look, long story short,
we've done this.
I know, girl. Long story short, we did this off and on thing from the time I was 14 up until I was 17. Yep, up until I was 17, right before my 17th birthday. And it was the longest uphill fucking battle that really didn't even go uphill. It went up an ant hill and came right back down, and then went up a little molehill and came right back down. And then it was just a whole bunch of static, a whole bunch of bullshit, a whole bunch of lies, crying, a whole lot of low self-esteem, not understanding my worth at the time, and just wanting to be loved and hoping that he would get it together. Lo and behold, over 10 years later, this man is still after me. He believes he's in love with me. He believes one day he's going to get married. I don't know who he getting married to, but it won't be me. I don't know who he think it's not going to be me. Because, sir, ain't doing it. Not going back to that. No. Oh. But that is like, that's basically kind of struggle. And I have a whole bunch of other stories, bitch, that he been putting me through. But I'm just not even going to put all my business out there like that because it's embarrassing. That was a sad fucking time in my life. Okay. I just want to say that. But yeah, go ahead, girl. You go ahead. Your question. I just had to get that off my chest.
Nigga, it sound like y'all stalled. Y'all didn't go up no hill. It just sound like it just stalled.
Girl, every time, like the gas was working at first the gas went out, then the gas started working, then the transmission went out. We had to get that fixed, bitch, and then the steering wheel went out, bitch, and we had to get that fixed. And then, girl, it was just always something was wrong with the car. We never made it outside of city limits. I'll just say that.
Y'all had a limit, a whole limit.
Okay,
girl. So my question with that is, Lord knows we done went through some times. Where do you draw the line?
Oh, girl.
Where you be like, fuck this shit, I quit.
So now I draw the line at my boundaries. Once I see that a boundary of mine is being crossed, that's why I'm cutting it, I'm shutting it down right there. I'm nipping it in the bud. But it's not always that easy. I know for me in that situation, it took me 4 years, 3-4 years to figure it out. 3 years. 3 years to fucking really figure it out. And I had to get sick and tired of going through the up and down emotional roller coaster for me to be like, okay, bitch, this is it. I have more self-respect for myself. I am worthy of something way better than this. I don't deserve going through this bullshit. Mm-hmm. I want more. I want better. And that's when I was like, fuck it. I can't do this no more. And that's what it really takes for most people, because you could tell somebody all day long they're fucking over you or they're doing XYZ. But if they're not fully over it and sick and tired of being mistreated, mm-hmm. they're going to keep going for it. They're going to keep struggling until they get what they believe is love. Mm-hmm. So they literally have to, you got to be sick and tired of it. To the point where, bitch, you won't fight if you see this person. Like, you really just got to be over it.
You really do. You really do. And then at some point with that, you get to a point where you be like, you don't even fuck with it no more. Like, if you see them, hey, how you doing? But you gotta go through a hell of a lot of healing.
Right.
And then even sometimes the Band-Aid get ripped off because you might see something that trigger you. I know for me, where I draw the line on a relationship side where I draw the line, I had somebody actually cheat on me. And the dude was like, it was so funny because I kind of low key knew he might have did it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was just like,
You didn't really want to believe it.
Not that. Let me see if he gonna because I don't go through phones. That's something I don't do. I don't care who it is.
I don't go through phones.
I don't go through phones. I got too much shit to do. I ain't got time for that. So, I had an inkling, but I was like, let me see if he fuck with it. And I didn't say nothing. And then finally, probably, I don't know. It's weird. Probably like maybe 2 or 3 months later, he finally confessed. I don't know what made him confess, but he was like, we was sitting talking, and he goes, "Yeah, I have to tell you something." And in my mind, I'm like, I'm not thinking about what I thought about previously a few months. So then he's like, I cheated on you with somebody that I used to mess with before I started dating you. I said, oh, okay. By that point, since I had already had the inkling in my mind, and I was like, he was like, you're not mad at me, are you? You're not going to fight me? Because he held my hand when he told me.
At this point, bitch, why should I?
For what? That's the thing. So he held my hands, thinking he didn't hold them tight. He just held them because he thought I was going to swing on him. Most of the time, you really got to be done piss me off for me to swing on you. And that's really, really rare for me to have to do that. Most of the time I don't be giving a fuck. Cause then I already be knowing half the time. So bitch, right. I told him, I looked at him, I was like, I laughed because I was just like, oh. He said, you're not mad at me? And I was like, no, I'm just disappointed in you. And then we broke up like a week later. And I got the fuck. Because I was like, for me, that's why I drew the line. Because it's like, I don't deserve that. You're not adding value to my life.
Right.
And that goes for friendships also. You're not adding no kind of value, and I'm pouring into you, but you're not pouring into me. Like, bitch, I got to cut it off. I got to draw the line right there. Like, it's not being reciprocated.
Girl, yeah. And that's why I said boundaries. You have to figure out what your boundaries are. Mm-hmm, and for me now that I know my boundaries, I've done a lot of healing. I've done a lot of reflecting on my past and knowing my worth and what I bring to the table and what my table carries. I have my boundaries, and I'm not going to put up with a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. And I will talk to you greasy before I allow you to play with me. I will really talk to you like you some duck ass nigga in the streets before I allow you to play with me. But with that, why do you think we accept this? Why do you think people accept struggle love? I know I have some points, but why do you think?
One of them definitely, when I made this question, I was like, bitch. But one of them is not people desire to feel loved, to feel accepted, to not be called unloyal, if that's even a word. It really boils down to a loyalty thing a lot of times, especially when it comes to long-term, whatever the relationship may be, long-term friendship, long-term relationship, whatever. Mm-hmm. But like you said, the back and forth, going up and down and all of that. A lot of people accept it because they don't want to be seen as unloyal or unreasonable or stubborn or selfish or whatever the fuck people tell you. Mm-hmm. And for fear of being picked on and all of that, just how people view them on the outside when they deal with a certain person for a friendship or a relationship situation, whatever the case may be.
Right.
They think more of, and I know I've been through this, how people be friends with people longer than I probably should have, or been dealing with somebody, romantically longer than I probably should have, knowing full and damn well I should have been cut them off.
Yeah.
It's in fear of how people will view you, what people will say about you.
Right.
And at some point you have to get over there. Why do you think?
I definitely agree with the points that you made. It's doing it for others, but I think one of the main reason alongside of that is people have been so conditioned to believe that pain equals love. They feel like they literally have to go through hell and high water, and that means you really love someone. And that's not true. Like, yes, there's gonna be issues, there's gonna be things you have to work through, there's gonna be some pain, but love is not all pain. Love is kind. Love is compromise. Love is understanding. Love is putting in work. It's not being lied to. It's not being disrespected. It's not being cheated on, beat on. It's not any of that. That all of that negative shit boils down to your self-esteem, to your own insecurities. So it's a lot of people that are insecure about themselves. They don't realize who they are, their self-worth. They're not happy with themselves, so they lash out, and they believe and think and hope that them lashing out is received as love, or it will get them love, or however their brain works when it comes down to that. But I really feel like that's the reason why people, they go through it, because they believe like this pain means love. And they never really grew up in a loving environment before, so they don't really know, because they've only seen their mama and daddy fighting, and they stayed together until they died. They only seen their grandparents beefing with each other and having outside families, and they believe that's what real love is. That's not real love, y'all. That's a whole bunch of bullshit, honestly. That's settling. And yes. I don't believe in settling. I also believe in putting in the work for someone. Knowing that you want someone and putting in the work for them and settling are two different things. I never want to be in a position where I just say, okay, I'll be with this person because I think that's the best I'll get. No. I want to be with someone because I can see myself with them. Like when I see them, they make me smile, and vice versa. Like I'm interested in them. I want to be with someone that brings light into my life. I never want to be around someone that makes me aggravated. I never want to be around someone that gets me in a negative mood. Like that's not love, y'all. And that goes for everybody, friends, family, everybody. I never want to be in that type of situation, because you turn into a totally different person when all that's coming out of you is that negative shit. That's not how that shit goes. Not.
And then like we talked about on, other episodes, like your body physically manifests all of that. So like when you with somebody and somebody aggravating the piss out of you, sometimes your body just, starts giving you feelings, like things start happening. Like that's the best way I could explain it. And, a lot of people say, pain is love. No, the fuck is not. And love is blind. Love is blind, but love ain't stupid.
Okay. Love is not dumb. Now Eve did talk about love is blind, love is
man, blind. Why when you said that line, when you was on your rant, on your, why that was playing in my head, and I almost busted out. I said, let B finish her point. You shut the hell up and not sing no songs. That's B job on here.
You could have said it, girl. I would have hopped in with you.
Look, now we gotta play that when we release this episode.
But love can be blind, but it's not stupid, y'all. Like, love will blind you sometimes, and you won't see some of the things that are happening that you probably should see or would have seen if you were not in love with this person. You accept a lot of things and let some shit slide when you're in love, but you gotta know your limits when it comes to that. You gotta know your self-worth. You have to know and understand that you don't deserve a lot of this shit. You can compromise, but you don't deserve a lot of shit. Okay.
And then when you do that, you set boundaries. Like you be like, okay, I know I don't deserve this. I know who I am. Because sometimes, when you go through shaky situations like that, they try to shake you off base and take you from who you are, who you are, and try to knock you off. And you have to set boundaries. You just be like, okay, this is what I accepted in the past. This is what I'm not willing to accept going forward. And you have to take some accountability also, because it's not just one sided. This person did you this. Some of this stuff you accepted, and they kept doing it to you because you accepted it. You didn't put your foot down.
Amen. Amen. So with that, so now we've talked about our examples of struggle love. We've talked about where we draw the line, and we talked about why we accept it. So, I mean, the last thing to really figure out is, how do you unlearn struggle fucking love? How do you fucking unlearn it? Now, let me tell you.
Get it, B.
So I'm not going to say these points are going to work 100%, but I will say this is what has helped me unlearn struggle love. I still struggle with I still struggle with some things, but I believe these are some of the things that you need to implement in your life to unlearn. So first, you have to heal from your trash. They were trash. You have to heal. They definitely were trash, but you have to heal from your past traumas. You know, like, do the work. You got to go to therapy. You need to journal. You need to really confront your past traumas. And once you've pinpointed those traumas, you are dealing with those traumas. And once you get to a space, you start to learn to love yourself. You have to love yourself all over again. You have to fall in love with yourself and understand who you are as a person, what your boundaries are, where your lines are, you know, your what they call it, your deal breakers are. Yeah. You have to learn that. And this goes for everything. This goes with just dealing with people, dealing with love, dealing with friendship, family. Each category is going to have its own deal breaker, y'all, because you can't do the same things with your family that you would do with your friends, that you would do with your lover. They are different categories. You need to find out what your breaking point is, where your line is, okay? And then also, while learning yourself and loving yourself, you have to learn and understand what love is, what real, true love is. Okay. Now, I will recommend a book, okay, to help you understand what love is. And this book is like one of my favorite books that I read last year. No, I read it in 2020. One of my favorite books, and it's called All About Love by Bell Hooks. And when I say this woman breaks love down to the most simplest form in all areas, she breaks love down for yourself. She breaks down love for your spouse, for your family, for others, just in the world, just being loving people as a human being. Like, she really breaks love down to the smallest minuscule of things. And she makes it so plain, so simple. I believe if you really want to understand what love is, if you really want to get a new perspective on love, read that book. Again, it's All About Love by Bell Hooks. R.I.P. She just died last year, just so y'all know.
I know, literally, like at the end of the year.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah. Do you have any points to add to how to unlearn struggle love?
Probably like the accountability portion. Go through and figure out what actions what part you played and why the person got so comfortable. And why you got so comfortable, because how you ever gonna heal if you don't acknowledge your I wouldn't say wrongdoing, but how you gonna heal if
your
you don't
input, your participation in this shit?
Yeah, because it's not always one-sided. Like I said, everybody plays a part in it. However many parties it is, it plays a part. I mean, I had to go through therapy and healing with that situation, with the calling off for wedding situation. I went to therapy and I journaled and I worked hard to get myself together and, love on myself a little bit extra and figure out what, like B said, what my deal breakers were. And I had to, part of therapy was taking accountability for my part. Like there was something that I didn't do that allowed this person to think that they can continue to behave this way in this situation. It's just really my biggest point is accountability. Sometimes you have to say I'm sorry to yourself and to the person when you finally, heal and you don't want to fight them no more.
Yeah.
And I know I'm sorry is the hardest thing to say, but sometimes you just have to break down and say I'm sorry. Even if you have to say I'm sorry, bitch.
Just say I'm sorry. Just take accountability and say I'm sorry. I did wrong. However you choose to say the word, the phrase. Just you just have to admit it, and it's true. You're not going to always be the victim of something.
No,
9 times out of 10. I'm not gonna say 9 times out of 10, but there's a 50% chance that you have participated and you have done something to aid in this. Whatever's happening. This is not always the case, but sometimes it is the case. And with us saying that, have you ever been the cause of struggle love?
Probably.
I know I have.
Probably, most likely.
I know I have.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I could be toxic sometimes, and yay, I will sometimes. I gotta be honest. Especially when I was younger, I was very much. I didn't realize I was being toxic, but I was being toxic. I was participating in the struggle of wholeheartedly, thinking I was doing justice by myself, for myself. Just reacting, but no, I was a part of it. I was helping the struggle love out. I was struggling with the struggle. Okay. And it's funny now.
Well, bitch, it was not laughing then.
It was not it was not funny then. And sometimes I feel like you realize the type of person that you were. For myself, I realized where I was in life when I was being that toxic and participating in the struggle of. I wasn't 100% in love with myself, and I was all about the catchback, and I was all about I wanted you to hurt as much as I hurt. And then I also didn't want to acknowledge or take accountability for what I may have done first, and I always felt like people was doing shit to me, but no, that wasn't always the case. There was some times where I was doing shit to people, and I need to take accountability for that. And I have taken accountability for that now, but then I needed to take accountability. So yes, I have called struggle love before, and I'm not a proud member of the struggle love committee, but I've been to a couple of meetings.
Now you got me thinking. So the wheels started turning. I was listening to you, but now I was like, oh yeah, bitch, you definitely been a part of the struggle love. Yeah, in my 20s, like, I taking accountability again. In my 20s, I fumbled somebody that was good to me, but I didn't realize. Now I realize it, but then after going through it with that person, I didn't realize that, where we were, I wasn't self-aware, number one. And number two, I wasn't aware of where we were specifically in our relationship at the time. My first serious boyfriend in college, and I thought we was gonna get married. And he was very good to me. I fucked that up. I ain't gonna lie, I did. I fucked it up. I probably put that boy through so much, and that's why my grandma now be saying, "Don't you mess this up." She met Justin for the first time, and she said, "Oh, he takes very good care of you. Don't mess this up." Because she still literally has pictures of me and this boy from way back over a decade ago. She still got our little couples pictures we took when we was like, I think I had to be like maybe 20 or 21 on the pictures, real young.
Yeah.
And I wasn't self-aware. I didn't know who I was. I was still trying to figure it out. Of course, like most people in their 20s, but I didn't realize what a decent relationship I had. And I didn't realize, where he was coming from.
Right.
Now I look back on it at this age. Yeah, I fucked that up. I fumbled it. Being real hot girl and fumbled it. Like, he thought I cheated on him, but I did not. He thought I did, but I didn't. Just want to clarify for his cousins that listen to the show. I don't know what he told y'all. And what was fucked up about it was, on my part, was we kept going back and forth because we were still young. We kept going back and forth, dating each other and not being self-aware, just being fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Going back and forth with each other, and then like low-key talking to other people because we didn't know how long this situation of us trying to get back together was gonna last, or how that shit was gonna go, having backup plans and shit. And now, like, if we were to sit down and have a conversation at almost 40 years old, it would probably be like we both would be honest and be like, yeah, we both fucked it up.
Right.
Like, it wasn't just me doing stuff to him or him not really doing nothing to me. It was both of us because we didn't know who we were.
Right.
We were young. We were buku young. And like, we had met each other's families and, we thought we were going to go far and have a family. But life don't always work out like that. Like you want to make God laugh. My daddy always said this. You want to make God laugh. Just tell him what the fuck you want to do.
Right.
God just gonna laugh in your face and be like, all right.
But this was about to happen.
I'm gonna fix both of y'all.
I'm gonna show you what's about to happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you.
Right.
And that's what that situation was, of not being accountable, not being self-aware, and being young and stupid.
Right. Now, I will say there are instances where people go through hell and high water with each other, and they finally find a rainbow and they get to the other side. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen. It happens. But for me, for Brittany, for TDB, just being in the situations that I have been in, being with the people that I have been with, I'm the type of person, when I say I'm done, I am done. Like, I'm done. Okay? Like, you can't come back and think that you will have another chance at showing me something different, because in my mind already I've already given you multiple chances to show me or prove me wrong or show me something different, and you kept showing me something different. Mm-hmm. And I'm a very forgiving person. I might not seem like it, but I am very forgiving.
But to a degree.
Right.
You set your boundaries.
Right. Until I get to that level where I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. I forgive you, but I'm not fucking with you, period. Now, when it comes to people that when it comes to me dating, comes to guys, if I decide that I like you and I give you that fucking chance, just don't fuck it up. I'm gonna understand that you're a human being, just like I will hope you will understand that I'm a human being. But I also feel like you should know, just as a person, you should know how to be a good fucking person. Treat me with respect. I will treat you with respect. Do to me that you would want done to you. Okay. Now, if you want somebody to love on you, to wine and dine you, to make you feel wanted and all that shit like that, you need to be doing that too. Okay. You need to be showing them that you want to be with them, that they're wanted, that they should be wined and dined. You should treat them exactly how you want to be treated. And I feel like a lot of niggas, I'm going to take that back, a lot of people don't do that. They do not do that. And prime example with this whole little hoopla that's been going on Twitter about this girl gifting her first, her date, this is their first time going out, she gifted him a cigar. First of all, it was free, people. Her pappy gave it to her. It was free. She just made it look really cute. I thought that was a really sweet idea of hers. I thought that was a really sweet thing. She liked the guy. She listened to the guy. And she had an opportunity to show, look, I'm interested in you. And in return, when somebody sees that, they will want to return that type of energy back. Now, if you coming in the situation with some bullshit, you shouldn't be surprised if somebody comes back with bullshit, if they come back at all. Like, you shouldn't be surprised. But back to what I was saying in the beginning about, couples that go through this struggle of shit, where they fell in love at first sight, whatever, and then somebody cheated, had an outside family, they beat on their ass, and this has been going down for 10 years, but they never got married. They just really been going back and forth dating, and it wasn't until the 11th year the man decided, you know what, I really do love you. You've been holding me down while I was going through my fuck boy stage, while I was dotting and trotting with the whole world. You held me down like a real player supposed to, and now I want to marry you.
Not that and trying.
You heard
I love it. Thiding and trying. Y'all better quit thiding and trying.
You know, and now he wants to marry her and wants to give her this beautiful life.
Bitch, you done wasted so much of my fucking time.
That, y'all ladies, gentlemen, that is not how that should go. Like real life, please never put your life on hold for somebody like that. Okay, now I see if y'all fell in love, he did some fucked up shit, and y'all decided to part ways, and then 10 years later, y'all come back together and y'all realize, okay, we've grown, we're two different people, let's make this work again, and it's beautiful. I understand that. But it's the motherfuckers that stay there for 10 years, wasting their good prime years for a motherfucker who hasn't even figured himself out yet or hasn't figured herself out yet. Y'all stop wasting your time on motherfuckers. Let them go through life on their own. You feel me? Like, you don't have to necessarily be there with them while they struggle on their own for you guys to come back together and really be a unit. I truly believe if it's meant for you, it will happen. If it's real love, it will come back again. That's what I truly believe. I don't know. Y'all might believe something else. Y'all might think y'all got to go through the struggle just to have true love. I don't believe that. I feel like having true love is real life, having love with yourself and understanding that, okay, I need to build myself up. And if this person is for me, if it's real love, you're going to let it go. You're going to let that shit go. Mm-hmm. And if it's for you, it's going to come back. Because you understand, if you really love someone, you understand that they have to grow, they have to blossom, they have to do their own thing in order to be appreciated, in order to give love and receive love. You feel me? Like, just stop wasting your time, y'all. Don't waste your good years on somebody, y'all.
And stop wasting people's time. Stop wasting people's time and stop wasting your time fucking with people that's wasting your time.
Yes. And I understand y'all might know that y'all got a good person. You just not ready for that person. That is okay. Just leave that person alone until you are ready. And hopefully they are free and willing to accept you in your new being.
And if they're not, you just move the fuck on.
Move the fuck. There are millions and billions of other people in the motherfucking world. Find one. Sorry, not fucking sorry.
And that's a word. That's a damn shame. We really have been the cause of struggle of. Like, I'm sitting here looking at this question like, bitch, you really were trifling. Both of y'all.
Yeah. Everybody, I feel like everybody's been a part of it. They've had some, they have some part in struggle of. Yes, everybody.
And if they say they don't, they full of shit.
They lying to themselves.
Themselves and you.
And God.
Yeah.
And everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got anything else any other words you want to give?
Yeah. I'm just playing. No. No, I mean, we just gonna go back through it all again. You know, like we said, we've identified struggle love. Struggle love is an unreciprocated relationship. It does not have to be a romantic one. It could be your mama and daddy. It could be your best friend. It could be your neighbor. It could be your coworker. It is an unreciprocated relationship based on your partner, the individual on the other side, benefiting from your actions. That means you putting all this effort into them, they reaping the benefits from it, and they're not giving anything back. You should be pouring into each other. Mm-hmm. All relationships should be pouring into each other. It should not be one pouring more than the other. Mm-hmm. That is a lopsided relationship. We figured out how to draw the line. You know, where we draw our lines, it all comes down to boundaries. Mm-hmm. You really got to set your boundaries and stick to them. Or you really just need to be fed the fuck up and over it. And when you hopefully the first comes before the latter. Okay. I would hate for you to have to wait 10 years to be 1,000% sick and tired of somebody. Just let's not do that.
Shit, 3 or 1. Hell.
Exactly. I would hate for you just to be sitting there wasting your time on somebody that didn't deserve you, that didn't deserve themselves, because they're not even at their best self. So yes, know your boundaries. Get sick and tired ASAP. Okay. And then we figured out why we accept shit sometimes. You know, it has a lot to do with conditioning, what you've seen. It has a lot to do with understanding your self-worth. It has a lot to do with how other people perceive you, or how you think, or how you want to be perceived by others. Your insecurities, all that got something to do with the reasons why you accept this struggle shit. And then we figured out how to unlearn struggle love. It's pretty simple. I gave y'all 3 steps and a book recommendation. Heal your past traumas, people. You should learn and understand love, and then learn how to love yourself. And if you need help, I recommend All About Love by Bell Hooks. I'm telling y'all, it's grade A. It's top of the food chain type of book that will give you everything you need to know about love. And she's Black, y'all. R.I.P. So she's going to give you the real, not that flowery shit. And then we also admitted that bitch, we've been the cause of it sometimes. We've been the cause of struggle love sometimes, and it's okay. It's called living life. But we grew from that. We grew from that dark place. Okay, we grew from it. I really be trying to be serious, and now she be laughing at me, and I'm very serious, y'all. We grew from that dark place.
Y'all, she be dead ass, and I just she be making a point, but I just
the theatrics. Is it the drama? I'm sorry.
You give what it needs to give you. Yeah,
I give what it needs to be given. Okay.
Yes. I don't know. I find myself saying that a lot.
That's a true thing, you know. People be giving what needs to be given,
and then sometimes people don't be giving what
they
needs
don't
to be
give
given
at all. No. But so like we've said it all, y'all. I hope that you guys have picked up a lot of gems and left the few crumbs on the floor. You know, I'm actually proud of this episode because I think we had way more gems than crumbs this time.
We did.
And I gotta give myself a pat on the back because y'all know I be josting down.
we didn't joke so bad this time.
Y'all know I be josting down.
You really do. You do. I think we was really serious.
Yes. So yeah, I hope that you guys really learned something and picked up some gems from this week's episode. You don't deserve to struggle in love, period. You already gotta struggle in life. You gotta already struggle being a man, being a woman, being Black, being whatever you are. You already got struggle in that area. You should not have to struggle for love. Okay. And on that note, we hope that you guys make sure that you check out Boo Crew Media and get all your exclusive content at boocrewmedia.com from our Sister and Brother podcast. Make sure that you but follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Rpb_podcast. And if you have any questions, if you want to submit a topic for us to talk about, or if you're looking to come on to the show, we will be starting a new segment very soon called Teedies Talks, where we will be interviewing business owners and musicians, all of that sort, artists, creators, and they'll tell us about what they're doing, but we'll also have real conversations with them as well. So y'all stay tuned for that. So yeah, if y'all want to be a part of any of that, make sure that y'all either DM us on Instagram or Twitter, or email us at rpandbpodcast@gmail.com. And also we have exciting news. In lieu of the Mardi Gras experience.
Bitch, you are so fucking see what I be talking about. Y'all see what the fuck I be talking.
I'm excited because girl, we've been working on this for a long time. But
we have.
Yes, for the Mardi Gras season, we have decided to drop some special edition Rpmb Mardi Gras t-shirts, y'all. I am so excited about this. They come in purple and they come in yellow. The design is fly as fuck. They are on sale right now. Okay, right now. They are $40. Y'all can hit us up if you would like to order one. We got them from small up to
3X, I think.
No, 2X.
Okay.
We only have a limited number. Okay. So y'all better get these things real quick because they will be going quick, fast, and in a hurry, like motherfucking Little Caesar's pizza. Okay. So yeah, please make sure y'all do it because I'm getting sick and tired of me. But I'm just saying, make sure y'all get these shirts, okay? Because they hot, man. They popping.
They are though. They are though, baby. I seen mine and I was like, oh my God.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see y'all posting these pictures in these shirts.
Make sure y'all tag us when y'all do it.
Yes. We will be coming out with more merch after this, but we gotta start with the Mardi Gras season, y'all. Yeah. Y'all know we gotta start with that.
Get your fly Mardi Gras shirt for Fat Tuesday if you're gonna be outside.
Right. Or even if you're gonna be inside, you just wanna be cozy. Okay. Get your shirt. Get your long sleeve shirt. You feel me? You deserve. Yes. And it's not a struggle to love on these shirts. I'm trying to tell you. I'm gonna stop joking, y'all. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it. You can end it out.
No, you ain't. And this episode was being driven by Royal Honda. If y'all need a new Honda, check them out. Royal Honda, check them out online. Hondas last a long time. Hondas last as long as fucking Earth's been around.
Okay.
Get you a Honda. What else we got? Wash your hands.
Wash your ass. And wear your mask, y'all. We will talk to y'all next week.
We love y'all.
Peace.